What's up? I'm gonna have to shut this down and go without the headphones. Hope you guys are doing good. Got a little bit of editing to do on the video, and so I just figured I'd stream for the first time in a long time. This is a little crazy, gotta be honest with you. Gotta make sure that I've got this all open on all sides to make sure that you guys are hearing me right and I'm not silent talking to nobody. Going through the new system here, just trying to figure everything out. Finally got monetized the other day. Got to 4,000 watch hours months ago, but 1,000 subscribers, as you can kind of see on screen. We're actually at 1034. I'm not sure why that's not catching up, but again, this is part of the reason that I wanted to just do a little checking on things, make sure everything was going good. But let's see how we're sounding here. All right, we're doing good. Perfect. I definitely got on too late. I know we're probably not going to have a lot of chatters, just because it's 11:40 Central Standard Time. So this is probably going to be just a bit of an experiment more than anything, which is positive because I'm gonna be able to mess with some of my stuff here, so I don't look like I got such a big head on stream. I just got done. I've been working on a video. Somebody who normally helps me on my videos is out of town right now, and so I'm having to go through and make it like the old days where I'm doing it all myself, which makes me feel kind of worthless, to be honest with you. But the newest video is going to be it. So it was kind of a last minute thing. We've got so many different things going on right now. It's really cool, but I'm going to be driving. Hold on just a second here. YouTube is informing me that I don't have something set right. I need to change. This is again like the first time that I've been in my current setup going. So as you're listening or as you're watching, know that this is just kind of, it's a little crazy at the moment. So the current resolution is 2560 by 1440, which is not supported for this configuration. The expected resolution is 1920 by 1880. So let's see if we can, I don't know if this is going to affect us as we're working on this. But let's see. Couldn't hurt. Can't fix anything right now. Gonna have to fix it later. It looks like it's working okay on chat. Let me know if anything's coming up a little weird, a little wonky. But from everything I'm seeing, we're good to go. It says stream status is poor on here, but I think that's just because it's being forced to work with the. It's kind of, I don't know what the right term is. It's transcoding maybe, but we can change that on the next chat. Man, this is cool. All right, go YouTube. So I got the thumbnail going. I got the music going. You guys can kind of see, like I said, we're actually at 1,034 subscribers as of right now, and I can't thank all of you enough. It's been an interesting journey to do all of this. You know, starting this channel out, it was like marketing and real estate, and I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants. But once we discovered that, you know, like we discovered personally that Merida, Mexico was something that we were really passionate about, it's been absolutely amazing to just kind of get on here and talk about the thing that I am truly passionate about, and that I know that so many of you are, and the emails that I get sent and the questions that I get sent, and just kind of the overall feel of this community that we're building is fantastic. And already on the Facebook group Travel to Merida, you can already tell that there's a really good feel to it. So it's really cool to be a part of that. And you know, obviously videos and editing and making sure that, like right now, the green screen, oh, I just gave it away. Look at that green screen. Let's see if I can shift the other way. There we go. Make it a little easier on myself. But you know, those kind of things are are fun to do, but just being able to communicate back and forth with all of you has been absolutely fantastic. So I always look forward to seeing the different comments and conversations that people have. And so, yeah, just wanted to say thank you for all of that. Right now, like I said, I'm waiting on this video that I just recorded and edited and added the music to go live. It's going to be a little bit rougher than some of the other ones because I have somebody that really knows what he's doing. Editing everything, and or at least checking my work and making sure that it all works out, as opposed to the video today where it was just me trying to remember everything that I had done before. But still fun, still pretty cool, pretty good to go. But yeah, it's entertaining. So I'm just waiting for it on screen. If I keep looking down, it's not because I'm not trying to look at the webcam, which feels like it's way up in the air right now. But it's just because I'm waiting on all of that to get encoded so that I can throw it up on YouTube and hopefully have it ready by I itch by tomorrow. My assumption is tomorrow around 2 or 3 o'clock. The video should go live. And I apologize again too if my allergies are driving me a little bit crazy. So I've talked about this a little bit on some of the videos, but I've had, for the last 4 to 5 years, I've had a really bad pollen allergy, and it just attacks my eye like crazy. And so I won't go into the nasty details, but needless to say, my eye gets a little insane. And so making these videos has been really a way for me to concentrate on something else, but also it's been a little bit difficult because I feel like I'm an addict of certain drugs that would make you sniffle quite a bit, if you catch my drift. And I'm not. I just am getting hit by pollen like a hammer to the face. But all good. For those of you who are wondering, the answer is no. We are still not through the permitting process in Merida yet. The house is ready to become amazing. We have had to sacrifice, I don't want to say sacrifice, but we've kind of had to pull back a couple of things. We were planning on having this giant pool. So in the back of the house, actually, not in this green space, beautiful building, but in the back of our actual house, out that back window, we have a pool that's 20 by 40, and I was trying to get as close to that as possible with the house in Merida. And it saved us not a ton, but a little bit of money just to go smaller. And once I actually kind of mapped it out in the back of the house back here, I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. Just shrinking it just a bit, making sure that we're making the right decision and putting that money into some other places. We're still doing all the travertine. We're still, pretty much everything that you guys have seen in the pictures. That's all being done. It's just some of the minor stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like one of the initial things that we had talked about doing was all of these windows, and we still have all of them, but we went with a slightly different product, and it saved us like 25% of the budget. We were looking at Delta and Moen plumbing fixtures, and we went with a more local company, and all of a sudden that saved us, God, I don't even want to say how much that saved us, thousands of dollars. And anybody that's watching this might say like, oh, well, you need to go with Moen and Delta, and trust me, I've renovated many homes here in Kansas City. I know that it does tend to matter which type of which products you use, but the amount of money that was saved just by utilizing a more local company was astounding. So that's one thing I would say, is that if you're really looking at what's important to me, I would seriously consider some of those minor things. I mean, we wanted some of the big things. We wanted travertine tile. But if the fixture looks the exact same, but it's made by a more local company, and and the other one isn't, it seems like it makes more sense to save a heck of a lot of money. And if it goes out, well, you still have the warranty there, so you figure it out. But that's just me. And maybe I'm just making an excuse trying to be ridiculous. But who knows? Let's see. I'm going to go into a couple of things here. Make sure that I'm handling things properly. All right. It looks like everything is going well. See that we got 3 people in chat. Welcome. Thank you so much for watching. That is fantastic. Again, this isn't going to be a very long chat. I'm hoping to do this, you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays, a few hours here and there, just trying to make sure that we get everything going right. I want to make sure that the setup looks good too, that you're able to communicate with me as much as you want to, and that I have subjects lined up. I never want to do a stream and then have it be something boring and ridiculous. I never want to run out of things to talk about. I mean, now I have the video that I just made today, or I should say that I am in the process of making and editing and doing all of that. We've got the fact that we just hit over 1,000 subscribers about a week ago on the channel, which was fantastic. And we're growing this amazing community, and we also have, um, we have so many amazing things going on in Merida. We're gonna go in July. We're gonna stay until early August because my son's going to school. He's gonna be a kindergartner. It's really neat, but it's really cool. David, what is up? How are you doing, man? Part of the live stream, David C. I hope it's all sounding good on the other end. I'm working on the next video trying to get everything going, but hopefully it's working out over there. Yeah, I was just talking about that. So it's about as slow going as you would like to imagine. We and this is it's I'll try to stay brief like you asked, but we took a long time going back and forth because we knew this was going to be a big project. So we put a lot of time and effort into making sure that everything was lined out right. I am a stickler for electrical, and my wife is a stickler for design. So we were part of the reason that it got delayed. COVID was the biggest reason that it got delayed, and then they've just been putting prices together. And so we are at the point now where once we are done with permitting, shovel hits the ground, we're ready to go. Like we have everything lined out, budget ready, everything is done. We just have to get through permitting. So that's where we are. And that's where we've been for, I want to say 3 months, because they could have started already on some of the things, but we are honestly right now done, and done. Like as soon as they say that they're putting a shovel in the ground, we send the check and we're good to go. So it's been an experience. Like this has been, I'm used to permits being backed up. I'm used to construction being ridiculous, but trying to work through COVID and in a foreign country and everything else. I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect. My assumption is, even as good as Henry is and as impressive as they have been, I have this weird feeling that it's going to be 12 to 18 months before we are finished. And if permitting goes even further, then it might be longer. The positive is I don't have to send a bunch of money right now. So, yep. Thanks, man. That's where we are. But again, it's one of those things that you do what you do and you figure it out as you can. But at least I get to go down in July. I mean, we're going to be down July through August, right before my kid comes back and has to go into kindergarten. And, as long as we're in that position, I think we're all good to go. Been able to spend 3.5 weeks down there, and it looks like we're going to be pretty much concurrent with family. That's a pretty cool thing. So I'm excited about that. Let's see here. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn this up real quick so that I can hear it on my side. But I'm trying to see if you guys can hear the. Oh yeah, you can bear. You can kind of hear the music going on in the background. I think David. David, did you drop off? It's all good if you did. I was just gonna ask you about the music. Hold on, let's see. All right, there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to hear just a little bit more music. Wanted to make sure that you guys could hear that. So this, you can probably see it. Let's see, which side is it? Get my finger up here. right there. Um, that is a widget from my man Harris Heller at Alpha Gaming on YouTube. And awesome, David. Thank you so much for sticking around, man. I hope you can hear the beats going back up. I um, I followed this guy Harris Heller on YouTube forever, and he has an original page called Alpha Gaming, and he created this whole situation where basically you can get these like these he calls them beats, but they're basically just little bitty music pieces, and they allow you to stream them for free without having to pay anything. And I try to help that guy out in the most minuscule way possible by utilizing his stuff, because he basically paid a bunch of money to bring this to someone hoping that it would work out, and it has. Like, it's like the ultimate success story. Like, it's free to use, and he's also successful because of it, so it's awesome. Cooltunes, it has been forever. What is going on? Can't believe it. I'm happy that we've got some people here, man. This is fantastic. Like I was saying, I've all I've been doing is trying to get a video edited, and it's been months since I've had to do my own editing. But my editor went out of town kind of last minute, and I was like, oh, now I have to remember what I'm doing. So I hope the next video comes out looking good, but we'll see. Yeah, we've been doing good. Today was a weird day. I went, so it says 1,030 subs, but it only updates every day or every other day. And I actually have, as of right now, 1,034 subs. And I've gone up and down. Like, normally, like within a certain period of time, you'll like lose one, or you'll lose one, gain one, lose one, gain one. But yeah, we hit 1,000 about a week and a half ago, so it was awesome. Michael, thank you so much. That's fantastic. I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much, Michael. That's awesome. And Cooltunes, I saw that I beat you, but you said it first. You let me know that that was the case. And I appreciate it, man. One of the people that's been here from the beginning, just cheering. It's fantastic. I'm telling you, man, pollen has been the biggest pain in my behind ever. I have like steroid drops that go in my eyes, and it's just killing me right now. Normally, I wear contacts, and I've been wearing glasses. Only on one side of your earbuds again? You told me this last time, right? I could have sworn you might have said something about that last time. Sound has always been one of the biggest issues. Here, let's see if that does it. I'm going to change everything to audio box. If something changes, let me know. I have not been to Alvarado Stadium, but I've been told by several people that I need to. And honestly, I don't know that much about it, so I apologize. That might sound like an asinine comment. It's not meant to. But multiple people have talked about it, and I've been an idiot and not even looked it up. So I apologize. I'm going to just real quick see. Hopefully right now the audio changed. I have something weird going on in my computer where every time that I restart it, audio gets messed up. So hopefully that changed it. Let's see if I can see something going on. Still might just be in one ear. I'm not sure. I will figure it out. I will fight the demon. Oh, man. I'm going to look it up right now. Estadio Salvador, Colorado. Yep. Vocals left, music right. That is the most confusing thing in the entire world. I have no idea what to think about that. I'm lost. Oh, whoa. What the? Hold on. Oh man, I need somebody that knows way more than me to work on this stuff. At least like you've got both. It's still weird, but it's like a nice little speaker of music and then my weird voice coming out of one side. Let's see. I'll continue to work on it. I might as well. I'm still waiting on stuff to process. Oh. And just cracked my neck. That actually felt good. Let's see here. System, sound, display, sound. Audio box. Choose your input device. Well, changed everything that I can. I'm glad you're getting used to it, Cooltunes. How's your channel looking? What are you at now, as far as subscribers are concerned? Close to 800. Nice. You're doing good then. I feel like it's such a crapshoot. I really do. Like almost every channel that you follow, it's like you have people that there's a girl that I follow because she talks a lot about what to do with YouTube and growth strategies and stuff like that. Her name's Catherine Manning, and she talks about the fact that it took her like 3 years to get to 1,000. And there was like 1 year where she was like at 80 and then got to 300, and then within a year she went like 1,000 to 100, and then in another year she went 100 to 300,000. So I think everything on this particular platform is a total and complete crapshoot. I know, I've seen some of that. Yeah. There was a friend of mine, speaking of expensive guitars, there was a friend of mine that posted that her, I think it was son, I don't think it was grandson, I think it was son's project. Like, it wouldn't have been for, I don't think it was his master's, I think it was his project for his bachelor's degree. They had to come out and like create a custom guitar. I don't know what the degree was in, but I don't, he must have sold it for thousands of dollars if they allowed him to. Like, you can spend, it's just like anything else, just like computers, just like houses, just like anything else. You can spend so much money, but I was ridiculously impressed. Like, I don't play guitar. The only thing I've ever done is sing. And I looked at that guitar and was like, if I was going to spend thousands of dollars on a guitar, I would absolutely do it on that one. Oh, you coach there? No, nice. Will do, Michael. Absolutely. I'm going to look up. So let's see here. So I see I've got it on here. And I apologize if I have the second word wrong. It looks like maybe General Estadio, General Salvador Alvarado, right? Let me know if I am getting that right, or correct me, please. Oh, I know exactly where that's at. Yep. Oh, that's fantastic. I'll stop by there when we come down in July or August, whatever day that we have available. Absolutely. That is a perfect location. Heck yeah. I'll definitely stop by. That looks fantastic. Walking distance from the park. That is beautiful. I mean, for whatever reason, I always think whenever I'm looking at a map of the area, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, in Merida, the park is the Alvarado Park that he was talking about. For whatever reason, I always assume that when I see 261 where it bends, and then Paseo de Mateo's right there. I always assume that that's a little bit further south than it is, so I was a little confused about the location. But yeah, I mean, we stayed at the Hyatt a couple of times now, and I could have just walked what 5 minutes and been to that park. That's fantastic. Very cool. Thanks, man. The one in Mexico City, the the train in Mexico City. Is that what you're talking about? The only reason I know about the train accident in Mexico City is because I saw. Yeah. Okay. Yep. The only reason I know about that is because I saw a an article today, and I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it was Yucatan Magazine, where the company that was responsible for building that was part of the Mayan train, and that had a lot of people concerned. Again, I could be wrong, but I think that was what the article said. But yeah, it looked horrifying. Like, just, I mean, the moment that you see the picture, it's horrific. I'm gonna look that up. I don't really. Yeah, first thing that shows up on Google. So let's see. USA Today has the most recent article. No impunity for anyone. Mexican president promises investigation after train overpass collapse kills at least 24. Yep, that was the picture. And I think, like I said, I think they, and again, don't quote me on this because I don't see it on here, but I thought that was one of the companies, or the company that was tasked with doing the Mayan train too. Horrible. It's infrastructure disasters like that, construction issue, yeah. Allegations of poor design, construction, mismanagement, and corruption emerged soon after Brard left office as mayor. The line had to be partly, this is USA Today, the line had to be partly closed in 2013 so tracks could be repaired. A magnitude 7.1 earthquake that struck the area in 2017 rekindled concerns about track safety. I don't know the situation with this train or this track, but I can tell you that there was in Kansas City, there's something that everybody kind of knows, is it's called the Grandview Triangle. It's this giant just intersection of major highways. And they took years and years and years to build this, what is now actually a very efficient system. But they took years to build it, and literally when one section opened up, it was like a month into it. That, thank God, it was really early in the morning, but one section just collapsed. Just, we lost a section of highway, and it was one that was one of the most well-traveled of the three intersections. And to this day, they've just kind of repaired it in an ugly way, but it works. And there's a part of me that's like, as long as it works, it doesn't need to be pretty. Like, it should, for the amount of money that went into it, it should probably still be pretty. But as long as people, don't die. Good Lord. Actually, you're from Mexico City. Oh, yeah, David. How are people in Mexico? What do people in Mexico City think about it? I mean, obviously it's horrible, but it looks like it's south of. Looks like it's in Mexico City, but it's kind of in the south area. Appears to be a design issue. Yeah, this is one of those things that has me worried about construction projects that go really, really fast. Like, it doesn't need to go really, really fast. Just make it right so that people stay alive that are using it. Oh, man. Authorities are investigating, yeah. It's kind of one of those hurry up and wait things, I guess. I mean, it's like a plane crash or anything else. I just realized that Kansas City is not necessarily known for great construction things either. We had, if you ever look up Kemper Arena, KEMPER arena. Like, we built this kind of modern looking arena. I think it was in the late 80s or early 90s. And it's still there, and they had to do a bunch of repairs to it and fix a lot of it. But they built it, and they had kind of a big event, and the roof collapsed, and it killed a bunch of people. So we're not really good at building things here, apparently. But it's the same kind of idea. It's like it wasn't. I can't say it was necessarily rushed, but it definitely wasn't thought through. Maybe don't have your largest event 5 days after you open a building that's an experimental one. Oh yeah, and that's a terrifying building. I know, because the Royals played there in one of the series that I watched like crazy, the ALCS in 2015. And that thing being right over the baseball stadium is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen, Cooltunes. I like the end result, by the way, but yeah, the CN Tower is a little terrifying. Especially when you see somebody hit a home run, like Bautista was hitting home runs like crazy that season, and it looks like he doesn't hit them an inch up because that thing is so tall. I don't know, Robert. I'm trying to figure it out. Cooltunes let me know about that a second ago. Or I should say a minute ago. And I don't know. Apparently, it sounds like I've got some issue with my microphone coming out of one speaker and my music coming out of another. Now, what I'm afraid to do is stop the music, because then it's just going to be out of one speaker. So I'm trying to figure that out, though, I promise. Once this actually goes from streaming to live on YouTube, because I have to do a transition there, I should be able to bring it into a program, fix it, and then push it back out. But right now, I'm an idiot, apparently, when it comes to all of that. Let's see. I'm going to try to fix this for a second. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hurt you guys, I promise. Let's see. What can I do here? Can I do anything? All of you that are listening are probably like, no, apparently not. This is just so weird. What if I disable auxiliary audio? I'm just going to mess with it until you guys decide to kick me off completely. Yeah. I was just talking about that, Robert. So permitting is taking forever. We are actually, the positive is that we now have all the plans, all the money, like all the budget, everything's ready to go. The only thing that we need is for the permitting to be done. And they just had a meeting, what was it, a week ago, and I think they have some deadline to respond. So we should know within a week kind of what we're looking at. But it's just taking forever. The positive is that like everything else is ready. We have all the other plans ready to go in a binder, and the moment that they say send us the first check because we're going to put a shovel in the ground, we're good to go. But still just a crazy situation. Oh, Cooltunes. I didn't actually. I apologize. I should be a nicer person. I shouldn't make fun. That wasn't meant to be. I wasn't meaning to make fun of you. That was me trying to push away the idea that I am not completely inept when it comes to audio. I didn't realize you had vertigo. I apologize for that, and I feel like a jerk. That's just me being crazy. There has got to be an easy explanation for this. Input audio box. I think what it has to do with... I don't know. I keep thinking I've got the answer, and then I look at something and it makes complete sense to me, the way that it's already done. Oh well. I promise all of you I will get this figured out eventually, but I apologize for the audio currently. What a ridiculous situation. So looking at the CN Tower, the construction started February 6th of 1973, which was exactly 14 years in one day from the point where it could have been a really cool day, because I was born February 7th of 87. So how dare they? Hey David, good night, good night, man. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. You guys, some of you probably were on when I was talking about Harris Heller, the guy that has the thing in the bottom right corner of the screen. But I was watching a stream of his earlier today, and he was playing video games, and I was like, that's the kind of life I want. I want a life where people like me enough to come into my stream and I can play video games. It's like, well, in all honesty, like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? I can, like, be on stream and ask questions and talk to my favorite people. That seems like a really cool life. But eventually, if I get bored, you guys might have to watch me play video games or jump off. I got really, really jealous. I'm terrible at video games, but it still made me happy. So here's a weird thing. So when you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time on YouTube, that's when you get monetized. So you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So I got on and went, oh, neat. So once they informed me of that, I was like, all right, cool. So I started signing up for all of their things. And they ended up sending me a message, and they said, oh, you actually have an AdSense account. And I remembered that years ago, I had, through real estate, signed up for AdSense, and I was like, oh, I just need to cancel that account, not a big deal. So I went back, found all the information, canceled it out. They sent me another message, and they were like, no, that wasn't the account. You still have an active account, which wasn't true at all. And so I looked it up, and I freaked out for a minute because the account belonged to somebody completely different. And it took me about 5 days of sending them emails constantly without anything coming back for them to finally just send me a message. And they're like, yeah, we got to figure it out. But I think this is kind of a normal thing. Like, it really seems like every single time that I looked up an article, even if it was like YouTube creators or another forum, this is a normal thing. So like Cooltunes, you're at 800. Like, as you grow, like, submit the application to AdSense if you haven't already. You probably have because you're together. But anybody that's watching this, it's like, if you get to that point, yeah. I had 4,000 hours months ago. Like, the hours were actually the shortest, like the shortest thing that I had. I don't know what I've got now, but it was like, before it transferred over and it didn't show me the number anymore, I think it was like a 5,300. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like, I was freaked out because then they sent me the information. So they send you an email that says the Google AdSense account that you have is alex ... at, and then it was a weird email that I didn't recognize. And so I sent that person a message. Of course, they didn't send me anything back, but YouTube had fixed it by then. But it's definitely something that if you're somebody that's looking to, like monetize in any way, make sure you contact YouTube before that occurs, because it's a little freaky when it's not you. But to their credit, they fixed it, which was fantastic. So now this is me. This is my channel. There's only 3 to 5 minutes. People tap out at 1 to 3. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I remember watching a video initially and really just kind of looking at some of the other ones, and you know, they ended up being between like 12 and 15 minutes on average. And that's where I was just like, okay, well, with my subject matter, I'm kind of in a different thing. Like with my subject matter, I know that I can have 12 to 15 minutes of content. Showed my Midwest there, and it made it easy. But yeah, I can see where if your video's to 3 to 5 minutes, that's gonna be tough. But one thing I don't know is if streaming helps your hours, because I know you can't unless you do like memberships. Like once I get monetized, I know that, at least I think, that you can do like memberships where you can have people sign up for like $1 a month or $5 a month or $20 a month, so you can do memberships. But I don't know if when you're live, if those minutes contribute to watch time, because I feel like that might be something that would be awesome for you, is if you're doing it already. It's like, all right, cool, have the people that are already subscribing tune into you and drive up watch time. And that's why you're awesome, because you just love what you do. Real estate license test date next Monday. Awesome. We'll be back in Mexico June 11th through July. I'm going to be late July to early August, Robert. And good luck on your real estate test, by the way. Do you just have one state? I feel like you just have one state. I had Missouri and then Kansas. I didn't show up in proper form for Kansas, so I had to take it twice. Missouri, I was a choir boy and I did fine, but Kansas, I was kind of an idiot. Why do I share these things? I don't know. Because it's true. Just Nevada. That's what I thought. Yeah. So when are you going to get to the point where you're just down there where your message says, we'll be back in Mexico in June, and there's no end date? It's got to be soon, right? Cooltunes, I'm glad you asked. So I'll tell you exactly. So anybody that's just listening to this on audio now or later, just ask me about the vaccine. So I probably fall kind of in the middle of most people, where I feel like I'm all for vaccines, but I'm 34 years old and I work out 5 days a week. I'm healthy as a horse, outside of my one bad habit. That one. So I really didn't want to like put myself in front of everybody, but in Kansas City, like people are getting it like crazy. So I decided like, screw it, I'll get it. So earlier in April, I can't remember what day it was, but like first week of April, I got my first shot. I had no problems. I just skimmed through it and I was like, well, second shot, not going to be a big deal. And so I got the second shot last Wednesday. And basically my whole thing was, again, like I don't want to sound like, I don't want people to say anything negative in any way, shape, or form. Like my whole thing was, no matter what I do, I'm healthy as can be. So I know I'm going to be good to go. But I was just like, screw it. I don't want to have a question, and I'll just get it. So when I got the second shot, the thing I noticed initially was the second shot hurt way worse than the first one, just like the actual shot. and I chalked it up to like, ah, maybe I just, whoever the nurse was that gave me the shot just wasn't as good as the first, because I've had that happen before. And then, like, within an hour, like, I felt like I had the worst arm workout in the history of mankind, because my arm was just swelled like crazy. And I was like, well, COVID arm, not a big deal, not a worry. And I went home and I felt okay, but I woke up the next morning and I normally take my kids to school. It would have been a Wednesday, so Thursday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I take both of my kids to school. And so I was going to drive them, and I went to my wife and I stood up out of bed and I was like, I am really, really dizzy. Like, I'm really dizzy. I don't know what's going on, but like, I'm dizzy enough where I don't feel comfortable driving myself, let alone our kids. And so she was like, she knew I took the vaccine, so she was like, okay, cool, probably just feeling a little bad, a little nauseous or something. But that wasn't it. It was like the moment that I moved my head, it was like the world spun. And and so then I laid down in bed, and every time I got up, it was worse. And eventually, I was running 101 temperature, and I felt achy. My skin was crawling, and when I say achy and skin is crawling, like, I'll go to work feeling terrible. But this was one of those, like, I obviously have something wrong with me, and I got my temperature taken. So the whole day I feel bad. And then that night, when I was in bed, I was tossing and turning, and I literally, like, the only thing I can tell you is that I broke my fever that night. So it didn't last long. None of this lasted long at all. But when I broke my fever, I woke up and my shirt was soaked, as were my pants and my socks. Like, it was just disturbing how much sweat came out of me. But I felt fantastic. So it was literally 20 hours of feeling horrible, and then it was great. So, is what it is. It's one of the weirdest things. It was like, I would never tell anybody not to get a vaccine, because I think that, like, we used to look back in history as vaccines are positive, and there are so many things that are politically charged right now that I think that's part of the reason that we're at each other's throats. But I can't tell you, like, the most positive thing, like, I didn't have a problem. My wife had a slight headache, that was it. And I felt like I had a 20-hour flu. And then I was done, and I honestly feel fantastic now. So that's my story. Sorry, I've been paying attention to chat. I just try to get through the story. Goals: 80% of the time, fall into developing relationships, here to launch sales. Very excited, Robert. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what you think. EXP, I have not. So I'm going to give EXP a qualifier here. There are so many real estate groups that you hear about that are just, they're talk on all the time. EXP, I've heard, and I know very little about it. I just know what I've heard from people that talk negative. That's all I'll say. They have a similar idea to Keller Williams, where you can get paid to bring people on, which I think is actually a positive thing, because it behooves you to bring people on that will sell if you're ready to mentor them. But a lot of the real estate agents that I deal with on a day-to-day basis talk about EXP as more of like a weird get-rich-quick scheme. Sorry, get-rich-quick scheme. And I don't know if that's the case. I could be completely off base, but that's what I've heard. I don't know anything about them. So they could be awesome. And again, I think that they have a good idea if it's anywhere near what I've heard. But Keller Williams used to have a program where if you brought somebody on board, you would get paid if they were successful. Basically, like, they had like a 5 or 10% reserve, and you'd get a certain percentage based on how close you were to them. And I think that's fantastic. If EXP is like that, great. But most of the realtors that I talk to are very devoted to their own brand. and they don't have many things nice to say about them. I have no idea, but that's what the news is. In Cooltunes, yeah, it was a little spooky. It was a little freaky the first few hours, like when it really hit me. Because again, I'm 34 years old. I weigh 196 pounds, but I work out 5 days a week. I lift like crazy. I eat healthy. My one sin is that I drink a not insignificant amount. Um, but no, like I said, I felt terrible for a day. Um, and then it was done. I mean, less than 24 hours later, I felt fantastic. I mean, I don't know. I when I was younger, I was sick a lot, and so I broke fevers like crazy. So I know what it feels like to really break a fever, and that was probably the scariest thing because I literally sweat through all of my clothes, like drank a gallon of water. I'm gonna try to say this in the most non-gross way possible. I drink a lot of water. I drink about a gallon of water a day. That day, I drank about a gallon and a half to 2 gallons of water, somewhere in there. And so you would expect certain things to be clear as opposed to yellow. When I woke up to do my dailies, it was dark yellow because I just sweat so much. So that was the only kind of freaky thing. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But outside of that, like, it was just one bad day. And then I was fine. No more COVID arm, no more anything like that. I hope I didn't just go too far for you guys. I didn't mean to be gross. Oh, and hey, by the way, guys, and I don't want to like force this on you. Don't feel obligated or anything like that. But if you're enjoying the conversation, if you don't mind on the live stream, just hitting like, that would be awesome. I'd very much appreciate that. Um, Again, it just helps the channel, but only do it if you like the conversation and you're not grossed out by what I just talked about. That's one of those things that you don't like. I want to give full disclosure about everything that happened, but I don't want to freak anyone out too. So, oh, by the way, happy Cinco de Mayo. It doesn't mean what most people think it means, but we're all here. Robert, I'm so excited, man. I'm excited to see what you guys are doing. I want to hear more about the developer. Like, I actually want to like meet up, have a conversation about this guy. Cooltunes, I did the Pfizer shot. Um, there's a really, give him a shout out real quick. There's a hospital in Harrisonville, Missouri, which is the county seat of the county that I grew up in, and they just randomly had this wing that they were developing when COVID hit, and they created a process where you basically go into what feels like just a giant warehouse, but it's a future hospital wing, and they just had you rope around the whole thing, so you were never in line very long, and they just boom, 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 done, 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 easy breezy. So they did good. But yeah, it was the Pfizer shot. Like I said, I got my first one early April, and then my last one was last week. So I think it was April 28th or something like that. So but yeah, it wasn't bad. It really was, like, again, it was a bad night. Me and another guy that I know that's also very healthy, he also had a really terrible experience for a day. But that was it. Like I think John Oliver, who does a show called Last Week Tonight, had a really good thing about the COVID vaccine. Answered a lot of questions, kind of pushed away a lot of the rumors. And again, like I try to push away anything that says like you have to do this. Like that stuff freaks me out with government. Like I'm very much a centrist. But I don't like when somebody says you have to do this. My personal opinion was the same as it was before I got the vaccine. It's like I'm healthy as a horse. Like I'm not in the part of our community, the part of our world that I don't mean the part of our world. What am I trying to say here? Um, I'm not part of the population that may have an issue with it. I'm very privileged in that way. And so I just looked at it like, all right, I can get it, I can't get it, whatever it is, I'm going to be healthy. So if it's going to work out, then I'm just going to take it. And that's what it did. So. No. So, anyway, sorry, blanked out for a second. Totally agree, Robert. I'd always love to talk, man. I like talking that. I like talking Merida. I think that there's a huge opportunity there. Um, Everything that I keep seeing is kind of weird because I think that I do understand everything that I see. Like there's kind of a weird vibe going on. And I think a lot of it has to do with just people being online too much. Like I think a lot of people are just spent the last year kind of only concentrating on what people see online. And I'm definitely guilty of that, but I see a lot of people that are on some of the expat forums that like are kind of negative towards more people moving down there. And there's a part of me that wants to be like, there's millions of people in Yucatan and there's 10,000 expats total and like 6,000 in Merida, which is a city of almost 1 million people. Like there's not like an infiltration of humans. So I think if it's approached the right way, I do think that there's definitely a lot of potential there. So yeah, no, definitely like to talk. I don't know about expanding the real estate side, but I definitely like to talk about it, talk about what you're doing. I don't know where I'm going right now. I like the fact that I can be online and working from there from anywhere. I like the fact that the real estate here in Kansas City is as crazy as it is, it's still relatively cheap. And I like the fact that interest rates are absolutely insane in the United States, insanely low. So I kind of go back and forth. My investment mindset right now doesn't change on a daily basis. It's still based on the same ideals, but it's I'm more open. But I also feel like the more I think about being open in my investments, the more conservative I get in them as well, if that makes any sense. It's like, well, if I can do well with my conservative investments, why would I go crazy with these? You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I feel like at times I sound like an absolute crazy person when I talk about investing because my brain just goes off the rails. And I do believe one-stop shopping is key. I think that's a very good statement. I'm gonna have to figure out headphones. Sorry, I just took a complete left turn there for a second. I'm gonna have to figure out headphones because I don't like not being able to hear the music that you're hearing on chat, but apparently it sounds like dog shit. I'm wondering. I didn't even mean to cuss. Sorry about that, guys. I cuss like a sailor off stream, but I really try not to on here, so sorry about that. I gotta figure out the music thing, though. That's aggravating, because I can only hear it on my phone, and it sounds fantastic. But there are two tiny little speakers, and they sound okay, so we'll see what it is. Oh, I can't sleep, Robert. No, it's 12:30 a.m. in Kansas City. I'm normally up until 1, if not 2 a.m. most nights. That's just a normal thing. I don't like mornings, although I have kids, so I get up for them. But I am definitely a night owl, which I feel like my name is perfect for that. Like Howl Owl works. But No, I just get most of my work done at night. Everything's quiet, everything's calm, and I've always been good there. And that's certifiable. Like that's from when I was a kid. Like there's a, it's passed around a lot of my family. My grandmother, I called her Gran, very original, but my maternal grandmother um, was watching me one night, and my parents got there about, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night, and she just like met him at the door and was like, "What wakes him up at 9:30 p.m.?" That's just me. It's how I always have been. Which is funny because I'd be perfect for Vegas because I've been there before, and you guys don't seem to go to sleep until like 2 a.m. So don't talk to me, Robert, about being up late. Of course, you probably live there, so I'm sure it's not the same. All of that being said, though, I do probably need to head out. I got about 5 more minutes, and then I need to plug this up. I was only thinking I'd be on here for about 30 minutes, but got some of my favorite people coming on the chat. This was fantastic. I really appreciate it, guys. You know, it's cool to talk to all of you, not just to be somebody that's producing videos on YouTube and everything else, but actually be able to like have conversations, like be on the phone with you, Robert. And I think this is something that I really want to expand on more, because being able to actually have a conversation with the community and have it be live, there's something about that. I mean, you can ask questions all day long and get emails back and forth, but the moment that we can actually get on here and have a long conversation and answer some questions makes me very happy. So really appreciate it, guys. Robert, I feel the same way about you, brother. We're good, man. I really appreciate it. I like that my title of the first, not the first stream, but the title is a very short stream to bring in Cinco de Mayo, and we're running it over an hour now. That's about perfect, man. It's also me and my nerdy self. Like, I'm glad I wore like at least a clean shirt, because I got like my pajama pants on and stuff, thinking I was just gonna talk to 0 people and worry about my video processing. But let's see. I'm gonna try to end this at so I'm at 1 hour 2 minutes and 55 seconds. I'm gonna try to end this at exactly 1 hour 5 minutes, because I'm a little OCD and I like even numbers. So if I hang up inappropriately, it's not because I was trying to avoid any questions or anything like that, but just I was trying to get the right number. It's 1:42 here, so I'll catch you on the next. Hey, nice. Hey, Cooltunes, always positive, man. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you. You're at 800. Get that 1,000. Make 12-minute videos. Also, we do have to figure out if live streaming is good, because I do think that that's going to get you monetized. I know you're only doing it for fun, but seriously, that'd be cool. One of the OGs. I honestly think I keep thinking about. Thanks, Cooltunes. Really appreciate it, man. It seems like you're always here, and I appreciate that so much. It really means a lot. Really means a lot. And this is what I like. This is one of those things. It's like, obviously, I probably shouldn't be up till 12:45, but I was going to be anyway. But it's nice to have like conversations with people that are here, that are part of the channel, that I like seeing succeed. But yeah. All right, we got. Just doing it until the right number comes up. 30 seconds left, guys. Hey, again, thank you all so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for subscribing and for liking. That's not meant to sound like I'm asking for something, but I just really appreciate it. And Cooltunes, Robert, as always, amazing conversation. I know David signed off, but David's fantastic. And we're going to sign off in 5, 4, 3, too. You guys are fantastic. Love you.